So I just called out a pyramid scheme. Now, hear me out. So ever since the past like couple weeks have been going on, I've been making more of an effort to kind of reach out and meet more people. Just because I had some things in life not go according to plan, so I want to turn the negative into a positive. For the most part, you know what? It's become pretty positive. But when you sift through the rough to get the diamonds, you're still getting some of the rough. Now, I'm going to leave the guy's name and the company's name out. You probably are going to guess in the comments or whatever. Go ahead. But me and this guy talked, and we both had different stories, but it both seemed like we were just guys who wanted to kind of like make something out of our lives. And we were trying to take the negatives and turn it into positive. Now, I'm not going to say this guy's name, but the guy like kind of came from like a lower spot than I did. Like he had a problem with substances, if you know what I'm saying. But it really seems like this company fixed him up and made him buy the brand. And that's another thing you got to be aware of is whenever you have like these companies or these pyramid schemes or like any sort of cult, they always go after the people who are completely lost. Now, I might have been disappointed in some aspects in my life, but I actually did have direction outside of this and I have lines in a lot of different areas. So it helps keep me grounded so I'm not desperately hanging on to one thing. But we meet up a couple times and he says he likes me. He says I'm like-minded like him. I'm driven and all that stuff, that I'm not a negative person. And that's good. I think it's good that we both say, hey, we're both magnetic people, we're both driven, all that stuff. So we bonded over that. But then I get over to his house on the third meeting where he invites me in. But then he shows me that I actually have to buy some of the company's products in order to start selling them. Now, I asked him, well, why can't I just sell these products? Do I have to buy them? I mean, if I'm just doing a job and selling products, then I profit off of it, you profit of it, everyone goes home. And he says, well, would you sell a product that you wouldn't buy? And I was like, yeah, multiple times. If you've worked in sales, you don't buy the products. You're just being paid in the job to do it. But it just kind of seems like the more I ask basic questions, like you spend more money and you get these points, then the points add up and all this stuff. It just seemed really fishy to me. And the guy started getting like these nervous scratches once I just asked him basic questions that would sniff out the difference between a pyramid scheme or whatever it was he was trying to sell me on. But I had already made a silent decision. I didn't do one of those, I exposed a pyramid scheme or anything, because honestly, I felt like this guy was just another pawn in a really twisted game. And with my walk, I have to show a little bit of grace. Now, obviously, don't be a pushover. But basically, I had already made up my mind, and I didn't, lash out or anything like that. I was actually pretty professional. But I told him, hey, man, you seem like a driven person, but you got to watch out because it seems like you're really neck deep in it because you spend a lot of money on these products to showcase. I appreciate the hustle. But I told him if he ever just wants to buy one of my products, he can. There's no strings attached. Because that's how you run a business. But I just said as a person, I like him. And if he ever wants to work out or something, hit me up. But it's amazing how these things pretend to be your friend before they rope you in.